You won't be seeing any of these anytime soon in the hallways or classroom of Washington High School. Some parents we spoke with say they didn't see this new policy coming and they want to know why it was put in place. This is how it works. Parents can download the app from the App Store, then log in with the school credentials and easily track when the bus is near the stop. Steve, in the short time I spent with the workers today, they fixed 4 potholes in the eastern area alone. Taking a look now from our road cam, we're cruising on Route 50 right now, and as you can see, it's a very smooth ride. Now that the town owns both this building and the one behind it, this could actually mean very good news to their neighbors, the Millsboro Police Department. I'm standing right outside of where the governors would have met on Monday. The Salisbury Greater Committee says holding the meeting now would take away the focus from the conversation they're trying to have. It is with activities like this when the boys can get together and learn to work as a family. How am I doing here? Good?
Yeah. It's a tough job.
Sometimes hard to come out.
But someone has to do it.
The hardest part's probably lugging the buckets around full of coal mix. They're anywhere from 40 to 60 pounds.
SHA crews are working against the clock, fixing potholes across the eastern shore.
Roll out of there.
We really try to get a handle on it before, the weather starts getting nice, more traffic's out on the road, that type of thing.
Driving up and down all day.
We're always out and about on state roads, maintaining them.
Finding the problematic spots.
There's one over there in the intersection. It's right in the intersection.
And fixing them.
This was in the bay.
They say this year has been particularly difficult.
With the amount of rain we've had this year, it makes it 10 times worse.
Causing issues on main and side roads.
On your side roads, they can tend to get a little worse. There's more and more traffic on the side roads nowadays.
That might be good, Terry. Hold it.
That's why you'll see crews out now more than ever.
Yeah, that's good.
Keeping those potholes off the map.
Back here on the road, the problem spots we tackled today were previously reported by drivers online through the SHA's website. If you know of any potholes on any state roads, either in Maryland or in Delaware, go ahead and WBOC.com, where we have all the information on how you can report them. For now, reporting in Waicomico County, Isabel Sanchez, WBOC News, Salisbury. There's barely anything left from the home of the Ortiz Perez family house here in Accomack County. The fire that destroyed their home also took the lives of 3 of their members. And now, while the police investigate the incident, the question they keep asking themselves is why?
A mother mourning the loss of her son.
My son. We don't understand who could do this to us.
A family hurt to the core by a tragedy.
The moments we shared as a family, we keep in our hearts. That's all we have left.
As Celestina Perez and her husband Feliciano Ortiz return to the ruins of their family home, they keep looking for answers.
I'm praying for the person who did this, asking what did we do to deserve it?
Their son Wilson, their daughter-in-law Alejandra, and their granddaughter Sofia died in what is now being investigated as a homicide and arson.
It's been shocking. The family is a big part of our community here, and we can't believe this happened.
Alvaro Morales is a family friend who now is helping to coordinate efforts to help the Ortiz Perez. He says the tragedy is keeping the community in fear.
Our hearts are hurt, and we're afraid that this could happen again to anyone.
Where their home used to be, Feliciano and Celestina now only find ashes and memories. While they're still trying to understand their losses, they plead for help from the authorities.
We want justice. We want the police to find out who is responsible for this.
A plea for answers while an investigation begins. In Accomack County, Isabel Sanchez, WBOC News, Nelsonia.
These cold weather issues are not only an inconvenience, frozen pipes and leaking outdoor faucets can also bring a hefty price tag.
It's been a busy week so far for plumbing supervisor Davey Brickman. Fixing pipes left and right due to the cold weather.
We see frozen pipes and water issues day in and day out throughout the wintertime, year after year.
Some of the most common issues include broken water heaters, frozen pipes, and frozen outdoor faucets.
What will happen when it gets below freezing, it'll actually build an ice dam and back up and freeze the whole hose bib and bust it.
And these problems are not cheap.
Water damage can be very expensive. Water heater is there.
How expensive?
I don't know what that drains for, probably for the water heater.
Brickman says repairs can range from a couple of $100s to a couple of $1,000, depending on the issue.
To the irrigation out there.
But experts say some of these damages can be easily prevented by simply taking some very easy measures like, for example, removing any hose from your outdoor faucet.
So that's the main water coming in.
Another thing you can do when temperatures drop so low like this week is to close your water main if you won't be home for more than 24 hours.
So if anything would happen to freeze or any other plumbing related issues would happen, you're not flooding your house or crawl space or garage or anything like that.
Brickman says these steps can make a huge difference.
It'll save you some money in the long run, or a lot of money in the long run, actually.
Keeping your house and your wallet safe when temperatures drop.
Another way to protect your house is to keep the garage door closed even if you're just plowing some snow. This way you can prevent your water heater from freezing.
So we're coming up here on Bill's Restaurant.
Walk the streets of Chincoteague with Denise Boughton and Cindy Faith.
But what used to be here in this location was the Hotel Russell.
And you will find a story with every step.
We have a lot of rich history here.
Both have spent most of their lives in Accomack County.
This community here is so special in our traditions and in our ways.
Their goal is simple but very important, to preserve the history of Chincoteague.
If we didn't do it, who would?
To ensure the history of the island lives on, Denise, Cindy, and other volunteers have started a new initiative, the Chincoteague Heritage Society.
We've had a meeting about it. I'm going to be creating a Facebook page over the next couple of days.
That Facebook page already has over 500 members, filling up with photos of the island and its people.
For me, it's preserving the knowledge because we're losing out.
Knowledge and history that gives us glimpses into the past.
We have properties in the downtown area that have had multiple businesses and things in that location, but have had some historical events that have happened at that place or in the surrounding areas.
Right here.
Like the iconic Atlantic Hotel.
The Atlantic Hotel was right here.
And the history behind the only house left in the middle of downtown.
It's the lone survivor from that fire.
It also goes beyond Main Street.
So you have people with homes that have historical value. We have homes that were barged over from the Assateague village that we think should be highlighted.
Stories coming to life. And centuries of history now coming into focus.
For me, it's something that is very heartfelt for me. Being a fifth-generation Chincoteaguer and listening to my grandparents and my parents and great aunts and uncles, through time talk about some different things.
Denise tells me that one of their ideas is to identify locations with a plaque like the one we can find right now, right here on the island barbershop.
So, I envision former site of the Hotel Russell.
A way to honor the resilience of the people of the island.
It's inspiring, the never give up kind of attitude.
Taking steps towards preserving the history of a special island on the Eastern Shore. In Accomack County, Isabel Sanchez, WBOC News, Chincoteague.